My name is Stacia Naquin. I am so excited to join the 10 TV team and join as an anchor and journalist and share more of the stories from this wonderful community. I certainly struggle, just like everybody does, when it comes to time management, work-life balance, but I'm really excited for this next chapter because I feel like the challenges that I'm going to get to tackle will really help me in the long term. And for example, I will have the challenge of learning how to drive in traffic on the day shift, and the Lord is going to give me an opportunity to work on my patience with all the cars on the road. When I'm not working, I love to hang out with my little family, my son and my husband, and we like to walk and be active and read books, and I'm a big reader and just love to be outside, even if it's just sitting and being. Doesn't have to be a big walk or a hike, but I just love to be outside. I love downtown Dublin. Dublin is home for us in our family, and I love Bridge Park. I love Old Dublin. Walking across the link I think is so much fun, but I really love downtown Columbus as well. Having reported at the State House for KYC in Cleveland, I really got to appreciate the beauty of our downtown, not just the Scioto River and that area, but really downtown by the State House. I just think is so beautiful. And I love to bring visitors down there when we have folks who come and visit us from out of state. I say, you gotta see our downtown. It's so beautiful. So we really love those spots. My favorite place to go would be Phoenix. I spent some time there as part of my career, but Phoenix just got in my bones. So I really enjoy going back and visiting friends who are like family and just seeing the desert. It feeds my soul for sure. So we love to get back to Arizona, but we have a goal in our family to get my son to all 50 states before he graduates from high school. We are at 13 or 14 right now, I think, for him in that journey. And so we've got some more states we have to visit. We can't just keep going back to Arizona. We have new places we need to see. My son's favorite state is Ohio. He loves Ohio. And we had this really funny moment a couple of years ago when he said he wanted to put on his Script Ohio shirt. And I said, yeah, that sounds good, buddy. And it's his favorite shirt. And he said, because it's the Ohio States of America. So he's an Ohio kid for sure all the way. I want to always be a supporter of our veterans and military-connected families. I'm a grown-up military kid, and that's still part of who I am. And so everywhere I've moved in my career, or just in life, I always find that extended military family, and they wrap me right up, and I'm always so grateful for that. So I spend time every month serving in the lounge with the USO at John Glenn International and welcoming our military members and their families, new recruits who are headed out to start their military careers, and spending time with them and making that space available to them is really important to me. But also working with our veteran community. We have a huge veteran population, not just in Ohio, but in Central Ohio. And so being part of events that celebrate our veterans, sharing stories that celebrate our veterans, that's always going to be important to me. Columbus and Central Ohio, this is really a special place. And working in Cleveland, but focusing on Columbus in my reporting was just such a reminder of what a wonderful community this is. Yes, we have challenges. Yes, we have things we need to work on, but there's so many wonderful wins to talk about as well, and people who can inspire. And I really love celebrating all of those elements of who we are as the Central Ohio community. I want to talk about all of those things, the things that are hard and the things that are really beautiful, and we should take time to celebrate those as well. My favorite stories to tell involve service and second chances. Service connected to our military families and our service members. I really believe you serve as a family. So it's not just our service members, they hear thank you for your service, but really it's thank you for your service as a family. And I love to tell those stories about our service members, their families, and our veteran community as well. Those are my favorite stories to tell, without a doubt. I also really love to talk about the second chance community and the folks who have spent time in incarceration and the challenges they may have when they come out into the community and they're looking for that second chance. What are some of the the trials that they face in looking for that opportunity, and some of the things that they've learned along the way. I think there are really beautiful stories to tell. I've been inspired by the women at the Ohio Reformatory for Women in Marysville. I've had a chance to share their stories in different capacities about some of the jobs they have and the skills that they learn there on site, and how that translates into their life outside of that community. And I just think it's really an incredible opportunity to share their voices, magnify those voices, because I don't think they're heard as often as maybe they should be. I am notoriously picky when it comes to food. I'm not an adventurous eater. We have wonderful restaurants for foodies here in Central Ohio. I am not a foodie, so I'm definitely more inclined to get the grilled cheese and the French fries and the chicken nuggets, but I do have my favorite spots. I love Cap City, and we love El Vaquero. We love Iacanos and Shawnee Hills. Those are some of our favorites that we always go to. And then I love True Food over at Easton. I found them when I lived in Phoenix years ago, and when they came to Easton, I was so excited. So that's always like my birthday go-to. I get True Food from Easton, and then I get a big carrot cake from Cap City, and that's always my birthday meal every year. I didn't study broadcasting in college. I'd never thought about this as an opportunity, so I'm kind of an anomaly in that way. But I had the opportunity to be a reporter in my hometown. And this was Lawton Fort Sill in Oklahoma. And I thought I knew everything about my town. And then I became a reporter, and I learned so much. And I couldn't believe it, because I thought I knew everything about my town. And I had so much to learn. And so that's what I wake up with every single day, is wondering, what am I going to get to learn today? Because the really cool thing about this job is you learn something new every single day. It's a new perspective, a new fact, and I love that about what we do. I would tell my younger self, just say hi. Because we all want to go out into the community and make new friends and feel like we belong. We all have those feelings. And sometimes it just takes someone saying, hi, my name's Stacia. What's your name? I watch my son now. He hits the playground and he sees somebody and he says, I'm going to go make a new friend. And he walks right over and he says, hi, I'm Johnny. Want to play? And I think, I should have done that as a kid, but I felt shy or I felt self-conscious, and I felt that way even as a grown-up. So I would say that to my younger self for sure. Just say hi, make a new friend. I got my undergrad at Cameron University, which is the university in my hometown of Lawton Fort Sill, and I got my degree in just general communications with an emphasis of public relations. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I thought maybe I'd head down the Jerry Maguire Avenue and become a sports agent, but I didn't really know how I was going to do that. So I found broadcasting kind of by accident. I found it in the local news anchor, who was also the news director. She was the boss. She called me and hired me as an editor. And I went in there and I learned how to edit. I learned how to run cameras and the prompter. And I thought it was so interesting and so fun and so creative. So that was really cool. So I got my undergrad at Cameron University in general communications, and then I got my master's from the University of Oklahoma. I'm not a Sooner though, don't tell anybody, but no. So I have my master's from the University of Oklahoma. I'm really grateful, but we cheer for Oklahoma State in our house. So there's this great story. The day that I graduated, my grandpa pulls me aside and he says, Stacia, we're so proud, but why has it got to be those colors? So in our house, we say we cheer for OSU. And yes, that means Oklahoma State, and of course, it means Ohio State. Something that no one knows. I have a real penchant for organizing by color. All my books, all my clothes, it's all in rainbow order. I don't know why I started doing that years ago, but it's just visually appealing. And then I can find exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, that red shirt, why is it not there? Oh, there it is. So I organize by color, and now I'm accidentally training my kid to do the same thing. So I guess that would be something that not many people know about me, unless you've been in my house or my closet. I'm a major Mariah Carey fan, like major Mariah fan. So always Mariah Carey, always. Not just at Christmas, because Mariah is for all days that end in Y. So love Mariah Carey, but I really love the worship team from my church. I go to Rock City Church, And our music is so good. I listen to it all the time. And sometimes I just need to put on a little extra armor before I go into first day at work or first day reporting at the State House. And I just need to feel like I put on a little more armor. So I listen to my Rock City worship music on my way in. In our house, we're big fans of Sesame Street. And one of the conversations they have regularly is about what it means to have community. And community is where you belong. And in our family, we really feel like we belong here. And I'm so grateful to be part of this community. I want to celebrate this community. I want to talk about the things that are hard, and I want to talk about the things that we can do better as a community. And I think those conversations are so important. And I think it's also really important to celebrate what's happening in our community too, our growth, the people who are here, because this is such a special place.